Hey, everybody, this is Dave Cooper, and we are live in Greenwood, South Carolina. And on our way through, we decided we were going to pay a special visit to Mr. Ken Semler and Impressive Building Systems at their new manufacturing facility in Greenwood, South Carolina. Ken, thanks for hosting us.
Hey, thanks for coming. I appreciate the visit.
You know, Ken and I have been friends for a long, long time. We've been in this business together for a long, long time. And anytime we can celebrate somebody's growth, somebody that's doing it better, somebody that's taking it to the next level, and somebody that's been in our industry for so long, that believes in it so much and has stuck through the ups and downs, and it has to be awarded.
Well, thank you. That's
awarded or rewarded.
That was a lot of syllables you just said there.
Rewarded, awarded. Ken doesn't have a hard time giving me a hard time. I can tell you that right now. Ken, why don't you just take 2 seconds, tell everybody where we're at, and I know you got to hop on another call.
Yeah, no, I appreciate Dave coming down to visit with us today. He got to come see our brand new factory. Well, brand new to us. We're in the process.
It's huge.
And the process of cleaning it up, converting it, doing the structural modifications. Yeah. And actually starting construction of our first, we're on our 4th house under construction, and we've only been here since October 1st. So we're not letting the grass grow under our feet.
Definitely not letting the grass grow. And I have to tell you, I mean, I showed up. I'm like, Ken, what entrance do I come in? Where are you at? You know, I mean, it's like city blocks. So I think this is going to be really impressive. I know you're just starting out. I want everybody to know out there that, you know, I'm seeing it from my own eyes. This is really moving forward. You guys are really doing it. There's a team of people here working, everything from utilities to wiring and internet. And then again, you're already started getting product on the floor. So congratulations.
I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep. All right, listen, I got a show to do, man. You got to have to go now.
Go do your show. I'm out of here. Thanks.
We'll see you guys. All right, everybody, listen, let's hop into it today. We got a great show for you. All right, so today on Dave Cooper Live, Product Spotlight, we are excited to feature a behind-the-scenes look at Yalind, the 2021 Offsite award-winning International Project of the Year, student housing, high density. We're talking about 4 buildings, 178 modules, 345 rooms, produced in Latvia, shipped to Sweden. Please join us for the case study behind this award-winning project from FortiPro as we welcome Markus and Natalia live from Latvia. We're talking about how this all comes together, including design, production, quality, control, logistics, and site work. It is offsite construction at its finest, and they are doing it better. They are providing high-rise modular construction, shipping across international borders, high-density urban locations, fast, safe, efficient installation, while nearby schools are still in session. How did this project come together? Who were the key stakeholders that made it happen? How can you learn from, implement, and repeat the process to create your winning strategy for commercial modular construction and achieve efficiency, safety, and cost certainty? It's all about advancing construction on Dave Cooper Live. Hashtag build it better. But first, as always, we have to thank our sponsors. So thank you, Forward Solutions Group, for allowing us to deliver these examples of construction innovation. Forward Solutions Group is successfully driving companies to succeed where others have failed. Learn more about Forward's recent acquisition of Modular, an ERP solution for offsite manufacturing. For more information, please reach out to Ben Hershey at ben@forwardsolutionsgroup.com. And also a big thank you to Howick Ltd. Howick has a long history of innovation in cold form steel manufacturing and produces innovative precision roll forming technology for customers throughout the US and the world. Check out their machine buyer guide for offsite modular construction or fast build construction with light steel for framing. Go to their website, howickltd.com. Listen, they have a manual out there that helps you determine the best machines that you need for your production facility. That's a very, very powerful tool. So I want to thank Howick for supporting us, as well as Forward Solutions Group. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's bring on Natalia and let's bring on Markus to the show. Welcome, both of you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so you guys are coming all the way from Latvia, and this is so excited because we love to talk about first things on the show. You won an amazing award. It's a big project. You're building all over the place internationally. So I really want to hop right into this. But first, we ask everybody that we want to know everything about you. From the moment you were born to this very moment in time. Do not leave out any of the good stuff from the hospital because we will find out. But you both only have 2 minutes to do it. So, Natalia, I'm going to go with you first, and then Markus will go with you second. How's that sound? You ready? You're up, Natalia.
So I can tell that I don't want to use 2 minutes to speak about how I was born, but I can tell that a big part of my life was with the Forta. So I'm with the company since the first days it was founded. So what I see and what I love, how the company is growing, to see how the modular construction changed the world and how we take the new projects, and I like to see these emotions of the clients. So I can tell that I spent a lot of time with Forta, and I really believe that modular construction, it's a big future of the world. So because of many reasons, and honestly, I don't want to speak about myself a lot, because when we speak outside of the company, we speak only about the modules. So it's like a passion, and so that's why we call ourselves modular enthusiasts. And it's from Aviv.
Well, with Natalia, and I can appreciate that. And I have to say, though, that all the companies start with culture, and it starts with the people and how passionate they are about what they do and what they believe. And I love that you put all that first, and that's awesome. All right, Markus, you got some big shoes to fill. Let's hear it. What do you got?
I have big shoes. Yeah. Hi. So yeah, I'm a bit younger in the company. I'm a project design manager for about 2.5 years. But yeah, about myself, I have big shoes, and I'm also a tall guy, so 6'7". So that's an interesting fact. Yeah, my background is I have a bachelor's degree in the water and waste management. So I really like the concept of modular that brings sustainable building to the market. Yeah, recently finished my master's degree, and yeah, previously I had experience in project management in steel industry, and yeah, now I'm diving deep into modular production, and being enthusiast about that. And yeah, basically about the manufacturing of modules. I really like this whole process to see the whole building in the factory produced. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun because we're going to get into case studies. We're gonna show you some slides that Natalia's going to go through in just a moment. And we got some video to show you about this project. So stay tuned for this. We are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So get your tweets on if you're a tweeter. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go there and subscribe right now. We need all the support we can get because we are all about how do we build it better? How do we showcase people that are building it better? This is no longer, a United States industry or a European industry. It's a global industry. We're working together around the world. And this is what's so awesome about bringing some people on from Latvia, because they're doing it better. And we have a lot to learn. And I'm really excited for you to share all the knowledge with us today. So, Natalia, would you like to get started?
Yeah. Yes, please. Show my slides.
There you go.
So you correctly mentioned that we are from Latvia. So we are located close to the Baltic Sea. That means that we can ship worldwide. So this is open for us. I can tell that almost all the planet. We have two factories one of them located in the harbor area. So in the total capacity of both factories is about 1,291,000 square feet. It sounds much more impressive than in square meters,
Wow.
But anyway, it's quite impressive in terms of production. So we realize different projects in Europe. Also, we develop our interests in Canada. And I hope, and actually we hope that soon, step by step, we will have some business also in the United States as well. So what we love about our technology actually that it's very flexible. So we can build high-rise buildings, or we can build, for example, the product that we created recently, generic modular apartments, that it's ready-made product that reduce the construction time significantly for 20%. So you can come like a shop and buy the building for your needs. So this is all about the quality, all about the speed. And if we are talking about the products that and projects that we can build, again, it's very flexible. Hotel, residential, elderly homes, students' apartments, or maybe you would like to build only bathroom pods, and we can build it and install it in your building. So it's we can build a hospital as well. So I can tell the most important thing about our company before Markus will start with his presentation about the project, that we really has impressive and fantastic team, very professional team, very young team, very patient, that creates really good projects. So again, we are flexible, we are open for different projects. And Markus, this is your time, start time. So tell us about Yulan, please.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you something, Natalia. You said a young team, right? Are you finding young people want to be in the industry where you're at? Are you finding it hard to get younger people involved? And then when you do get them involved, how valuable is their minds and the information they bring to, say, some more of the older seasoned folks like myself?
Yeah, you know that I'm also not so young, so I cannot be, the most youngest part of the company, but I can tell that we are not looking for them especially. So, but the modular construction, it's quite young in our region. So the people who are, let's say, architects already with a big name, we're quite famous. They work with traditional construction, and young people, they found this modular and prefabricated technology as a new and promising development of the construction. I think that maybe this is the reason why we have a lot of young people in the company. Wow. And actually, we have a lot of young minds, and we happy that we keep them in the country, we keep them in the company, and we really appreciate their ideas, what we have in the projects.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, Markus, I know we're going to hop into the Yulan project here, if I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm not. It's okay. I mispronounce things every day of my life on these shows, trying to. But go ahead, Markus. Let me know where you want me to start. Would you like me to put up your slide deck?
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go.
Good. Okay, so yeah, I will go through the slides and tell you more about this. But yeah, I will start off with the prize which was recently awarded us, and we call it the Grammy of Modular, and I have it also right here, so you can see how.
Let me blow it up. Hold on. There you go. Wow. Very nice. Oh, it's a nice big thick. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
And yeah, basically about the award, it's basically the best examples of the modular technology from all around the world, and brought in one place. And in the award, there was around 200 submissions in 24 categories. And after that, there was shortlisted to 3 participants, and then the winner was brought out. So this is really nice.
The winner was you.
Yeah, it was us, and it was really nice news coming from Aviv and our CEO. So yeah, it's.
That's awesome.
Meant a lot of us. So yeah, and then about the project, I really tried to convert the square meters and the lengths to US measurements. So I hope I did it right. But yeah, don't kill me if it's wrong.
Don't worry about it here.
So yeah, basically it was student accommodations, consisted of 4 buildings. The total net area was 7,100 square meters, or 76,400 square feet. I hope it's correct. Yeah, 4 buildings. Each building was in different height. So starting from 5 to 13 modular levels. Yeah, across all 4 buildings there was 345 rooms, and yeah, in 178 modules. So from the design perspective, more than 12 of our internal designers and engineers were taken apart along the side of at least 5 outsourced designers and consultants from all over the EU. So also from the client side as well. Yeah, you can see in the 3D pictures how it looks. Basically, the gray area is the concrete podium, concrete core, and the roof structure, and then the green and the red structure on the sides. It's modular units. Yeah, you can see that it consists of steel skeleton, as we call it, which are load-bearing structure, and yeah, it basically delivers all the loads and everything to the concrete core and the foundation. Yeah, after the production, we can achieve the total weight of 376 kilograms per square meter, or this was really difficult for me. I hope it's correct. 77 pounds per square feet. I don't know if it's correct or not, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt to do the math on my own here, but that's okay. We can always verify it later. So let me ask you, when you did this project, and maybe you're going to show some more of it, but did you build it around like elevator shafts? Did you do core shafts, or is this all built into the project itself?
The core of the building was made from concrete.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a prefabricated concrete structure which was assembled on site, and then along the core we just stacked up the modular units. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and here is the, I don't know if you're familiar with the definition of micro living, but yeah, it's this concept was micro living design, and basically the micro living is small compact units, living areas in the building, and in this case it was one modular unit consisted of 2 rooms, which was divided by one hallway. The total square meters was 42, and if I remember correctly, in square feet it's 452.
Okay.
Yeah, basically all the rooms was fully finished, all the interior works, all the furniture, the MEP equipment, and yeah, those kind of things. And you can also see in the 3D picture that we are working in a 3D environment where all the equipment, all the items are taken from real life and put inside the 3D model. That's basically a benefit for us and also the client, that we can see and do the clash checks before the production and installation. Right. And in that case, we can easily catch out all the bugs and everything before.
So if I can, so the units were completely finished inside the manufacturing process. The MEPs were also completed as much as they could inside the units. And then I'm assuming all those MEPs ran to a central location to plug together and make work. So I definitely will jump into that, I know. But also, I think, the important part of this that I really want to touch on is the software that you're using to do this. Are you using a BIM software so you can see how the mechanicals and the walls and everything actually work in real life?
Yeah, we're working in a BIM environment. So depending on the part of the project, architects, for example, is using Revit. Structural guys are using Tekla or those kind of programs. And yeah, all of the parts are bring together in one big 3D model. So that's a huge benefit for everybody.
Did that allow you and your team to troubleshoot problems before you actually got to the construction? This is where I want people to understand the value. You guys are using the better technology, that this saves a lot of time and headaches and safety and everything else that plays out when you're on these big projects. Did this save you a lot of time and headaches by using this system?
Definitely. I can give you an example. So you can see that the red piping in the floor, those are ventilation ducts. And as we have the steel frames, they're going through the steel beams. And they are being pre-cut by the steel manufacturer. And there were some starting point where there was indicated of some like openings missing in the steel beams. So we could easily catch that before the frames have been produced, and we could notify the steel producer to, hey, you are missing one hole over here. So that's a huge benefit. And the same thing was from client side. They were also working in 3D, so that was also like huge benefit that we could put everything together. And there were also some minor challenges at those connections between our modules and their structure. So that was a really great benefit.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I don't think that I need to tell more about the modular production, as I guess everybody is familiar with that. But yeah, about here, I want to more focus on quality control, which was done which is done in our factory. So yeah, you can see on the up left picture this blue envelope, which is basically individual checklist. Each modular unit has its own individual number, and with the modular unit together goes this envelope with all the checklists for the quality for the foreman, where they can easily track which works have been done, which works have been approved, etc. And then in this case, we are testing all the equipment and all the MEP piping for the ventilation testing. I don't know. In Europe, we have these requirement classes. In this case, it was D. The sewage testing is done according to our internal standards, which was this pressure test for 10 minutes. The water system is the same thing, and for electrical, yeah, it's the requirement is that it needs to work. That's basically it.
Well, so this your electrical is your electrical is it low voltage? Is it a mix? Are you using a wiring harness system? Are you using a modular electrical system in this building? I guess is more the question.
The electrical is it's both. We have also low voltage and I don't know. I'm not an electrician, but it's regular.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep.
Yeah, and it's you can't say it modular, but yeah, it's installed in the factory, in all the walls and everything. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, then yeah, after the modules have been finished and quality control has led them through, they're going to end of the factory for the packing. So as you can see, each of this individual item number is painted on the sides of the module. We are packing it into shrink wrap, which is protecting it during transport, and yeah, then it's shipped out. As you can see, there's a Google Maps of our harbor and our production facility. So yeah, you can. It's 5 minute walk to the harbor from the factory, so it's pretty quick to get there. And yeah, and then the route to the site was around 350 kilometers, which was 217 miles, I think, something like that. So yeah, it's pretty close. The biggest challenges for this project was that this area it had like traffic restrictions. So yeah, it was during some specific hours when it could be delivered to the site. So that was one of the factors which was affecting the delivery speed and also the installation speed. But yeah, that was the challenge for the logistics team.
So Markus, for shipping reasons, were you able to stack these on a container ship, like a container ship stacks containers, or did they have to ride flat?
In this case, we transported it, as you can see in the picture on the trailers. But yeah, with this kind of system, you can easily stack them onto the vessel and ship them out. Recently, we also delivered our first generic project, which also was stacked like 2 units on top of each other and yeah, brought with the vessel to the site.
Yeah. Let me, we got a question. I just want to put it, I got 2 questions. Can we put them up real quick here? And it was one that I asked too. This is Andrew Wilkinson. He's from England. Markus, did you use a modular pod for MEP, plug and play for each unit? I think that's what I was kind of asking about the wiring. But were you using modular pods for your MEP?
For this project, we didn't use the modular pods, but yeah, in general, we are working on the efficiency and speed, and we are also doing the projects where we are installing also the pods as separate units to speed up the process.
Perfect. And on this project as well, did you build the bath pods for this project, or did you build that all as one unit?
Okay. For this one, it was traditionally in the module.
Great. And then there was a follow-up question. By ship, did it help with the carbon footprint by shipping it versus trucking it all the way around?
This is actually a really good question. We are now, as the Swedish local norms is asking for the following up on this carbon footprint. We are now searching and making the procedures of calculating the carbon footprint. So this is early stage for us, and we are definitely, those are the goals for us for the next years. And yeah, at this case, yeah, we haven't got the information for this one.
Well, I love it. Well, let me just give a couple quick shout outs here because the pop-ins are coming from YouTube. Morning again from Pataruru in New Zealand. I think I said that right. So good morning. I guess you have a fan here, Henry Mickelberg. I don't know if you all know Henry, but objectively based upon our tried and tested global supply chain assessment methodology, which uses a checklist criteria of 95 subjective and objective criterion FortiPro is the #1 volumetric manufacturer out there. Now, if you guys do not know Henry, for Henry to put that in writing and put it on the screen means a lot, because he is not short for words, and he is not short on calling people out when things aren't to what they say. So that's pretty awesome. I'm glad to see Henry chime in today. And we'll give one more quick shout out here as well to Greg Ugaldi. Great info. Greg Ugaldi is the head of the National Association of Home Builders, the immediate past chairman, he just came back from the COP26 and others, and he's one of the leaders in Washington, D.C. to help change the way we build. So, Greg, coming to us from Twitch, always good to see you, Greg. All right, sorry about that, Martis. I just want to get everybody an opportunity to say hi to you and give you guys an opportunity to meet them. So why don't we hop back into your presentation?
Yes, okay. So the next one is the site works. The thing that we are different maybe from others, that we're not working with welded connections. So no welded connections is needed, and it really gives the benefit for the construction safety side, and also the speed. We're using bolted connections, which is designed by us and is easily and fast. We can keep easy and fast installation speed. So yeah, and yep.
Listen, Martis, I think this is a very important point, and I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but you have so much good knowledge and information that I can't help myself. So you're telling me you're doing high-rise constructed buildings out of steel, and there's no welding that has to happen. You have a patent or a procedure that you use to make interconnections that lock these into place as if they were welded. So high-rise construction out of steel, no welding. I heard you correctly, right?
13 modular levels.
Wow. Impressive. Impressive. Thank you for that.
So yeah, and we believe that there are no like level where it's limited. It's more a case of finding the right solutions, and we believe that we have found the solution which helps us to grow bigger and go higher. So yeah.
Wow.
And as you can see also on the picture, there's this concrete work still happening along the modular installation. So yeah, you can see the benefit of this modular installation, that there can be works that happens in parallel.
Yeah.
And after the works, the installation works have been finished, we could start with the seal and conceal works. It's we call it exterior finishing, all the exterior connections, the membrane sealing, etc. And then we can move inside. And then I will move to the next one. And this is internal site works. So in this case, the works have been split between the client and us. That we are basically finishing up the connection between two modules, and MEP shafts are being prepared and finished by the client. And basically the client can, after our installation, could go inside, finish up all the piping, all the electricals, etc., and then finish up with these walls.
So that's a before and after photo is what I'm looking at. Yes.
Yeah. No, almost after, but yeah.
Yep. Sure.
But yeah, actually no. I don't remember if I mentioned, but internal works was completely finished, and these were the hallways which were delivered like this, because the client's installation team was connecting between all the pipes and electrical cables, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Great.
And yeah, and here you can see the before and after picture from Google Maps. This is I really like the picture that you could see the populated and this the city area, which is full of movement and full of buildings, and you can easily see how this construction method is going together with this tight spaces. And yeah, here in the picture right here, I don't know if you can see, I think you can. So this is another project which was happening in parallel. So you can see that next to our installation, there's another project going on the site. So yeah, that's also a huge benefit as well.
I'll blow it up. Everybody can see it a little better. Yeah, right there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yeah, this is the finished, the installation has been finished on picture on the left, and then the finished facade on the right. And yeah, then I had a comment that you can't even tell the difference between modular and traditional.
No, you can't. What did you finish the facade with? What is the exterior cladding?
In this case, the facade was finished by the client's installation team, but it was finished with I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a stove facade. It's this how it's in English.
Is it like a board, like a?
Yeah, it's like insulation board, and on top of that is this finishing material. I don't know the English name, but yeah.
Sure. What was the length of the? And you're probably going to get into the case study on some numbers and all that, but well, let me ask you this. Actually, the client took on a lot of work themselves. How does that relationship work between the way the manufacturer is working and what's happening with what the client's doing on site, and how do you collaborate together and put rules in place to have a successful project?
It was basically the like high level of planning going on between all of the parties, and everybody basically we have divided this work responsibility borders between us and the client, and the client can easily understand from the beginning of signing the project. Yeah, they can easily understand what is the scope for from our side and what will be needed from their side. So yeah, that's a huge benefit for the client, so that they can plan out the works, and yeah, it can be brought onto the schedule and coordinated between us and others.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
So yeah, in terms of height, this is the tallest building. The top level of the modular level was 44 meters, which is I have written it down, 145 feet. And yeah, smallest was 15 meters, which was 50 feet.
50. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then another great picture.
I love that. So you have, can you go back to that, please?
Yep.
I'm just looking. So that stair system's inside the modules and its own shaft, or external?
These are, this is external scaffolding.
That's just a scaffolding. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that the installation team can finish up the facade system.
Yeah, I see it. I see it now on the right. Now that you said that. Okay. Wow. Great.
So, yeah. Okay, and then to the end, I brought some interesting, or maybe not so interesting facts about the materials. So in the project, we were using electrical cables, which in total length, it was 67 kilometers, or I hope it's correct again, 41 miles. wall profiles of 100 kilometers or 62 miles. Water pipes of 13.6 kilometers or 8.4 miles. Sewage pipe is one of the smallest length of 4.1 kilometers or 2.5 miles, and ventilation pipes only 1.6 miles. So,
wow.
yeah.
No, I just ran some math. You're good.
Okay, nice. Then I can
Thank
move
goodness
to
for Google.
US.
I didn't do the math. The phone did the math. So if you were out there and it's wrong, the phone did it, not me.
And if I'm wrong, then Google is wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and then the last one, if you would stack up all 178 modules one to the other, in total you would get 1,691 feet in length. So you can see where it stands between all the high rise. That's fun random fact.
That is. Yeah, I mean, taller than the Empire State Building, taller than the trade centers that once stood there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's it from my side.
So, what was the overall length of time for the actual project itself? Natalia, Markus, whoever wants to answer, it's fine.
If I remember correctly, the contract was signed on February. The production started on August, and they were brought to the site on December or January.
Mm-hmm.
And then finished on end of February or March. I don't remember.
I can tell that the installation took 4 months. That was such a huge project with the 4 buildings and 350 apartments. It's a fantastic result, and we can tell that the client completed the project at least 30% earlier than the conventional one. So the speed, I think it's one of the best benefits of use of modules.
Yeah, 30% faster. That is, when you're in the world of developing big projects, that's big money. That time is big money. We call it getting people's heads on beds, right? The goal is to get it occupied as fast as possible, and slow down the churn of the spend, the money going out the door and bring it back in the door. And, I think this is a super, super important part. 30% faster. I mean, if you had to weld all that together, it probably wouldn't have been 30% faster. That would have eaten into that even. But those are big numbers to move something along. Is this the first project that this client has done with you?
This is the first project, but what we see now that our clients return to us. So with this client, we do also another projects, and now when these projects are inside our factory in production, that means that we create the loyalty of the clients, and we respect. Actually, we do all possible to make it in terms of quality, in terms of communication, and we really see that it brings the results in the relations with the clients. And also we have another clients who build with us other projects as well.
Yeah, and this is super important for people to understand. All projects, even on the first one, there's some up and downs. You got to get through that first project. But when the client starts seeing 30% savings on time, 30% savings on safety issues, that reduces so much more than time and money. It reduces risk for the client and the insurance risks and everything else out there. And we talk about this all the time on the show. Not only with you guys, we'll talk about it here with Impressive Building Systems and others. This is where the value is, and this is where people really need to understand how to quantify the value of volumetric modular construction. And I think that's well done. Markus, was this your first big project with them?
This was my first big project, yeah.
And you still have hair?
You can't see the behind of my head. There are some missing.
Yeah, well, I'm super impressed. Congratulations on a project well done, and how you know it's a project well done is when a client brings you another project.
Definitely.
That's the key to the success. So we're at 49 minutes here. We have a video to play. Should we jump into that video real quick, and then we can banter back and forth a little bit?
Maybe you will give me some a few seconds to give introduction to this video, because this video from one more impressive project that we have that was located also in Sweden in the center of the Gothenburg. You can play the video and then I will give some comments about this.
Perfect. I'm going to leave the sound off. So if you want to talk while it's playing, go right ahead.
I think yes, because it will save us a lot of time. So we have one more project in the heart of Gothenburg. It's very important city in Sweden, because there are located a lot of transport hubs. So the building itself, it's a former post office that was rebuilt in 2012 to nice and luxury hotel that operated by Clarion. So they decided to make extension, and they came to us. So we did the 3D design, explain them all details, show them how it will be the installation, how will be the process. We produced these 40 modules inside our factory. It was completed. Everything was installed. The finishing floor for the floors, the painting walls, also the elements for the bathroom.
Beautiful.
Including the sanitary equipment. So everything was packed, completed, tested at least 20 times before we packed it. Then we shipped it to Gothenburg with a ferry. It took just 1 day for this. And then we installed it in 5 days. That's important because for Markus mentioned that for Yolland building, we used the smaller construction site. And honestly, for this project, almost was no construction site at all. We did not close the hotel operations. We did not close the roads. Nearby was a bus station. Everything was completed to operate it. So you see the nice and luxury rooms. So you know the Clarion standards. It's very, very high. So everything to each detail, they specially shipped very expensive and nice marble to our factory to install it in the bathrooms. So it's really nice. So we come to the idea that actually the modular construction, it's not cheaper solution. So this is sometimes even more advanced type of the construction, because we provide the superior quality. You have no surprises. Everything checked, everything installed. Only one thing you have to do, just open the door to the room and see the result. This is the project. So a few things I would like to add, because actually it was partly mentioned at the beginning, in the middle of our discussion about the sustainability.
Sure.
We're really on this way, and we believe that this is not only the numbers of carbon footprint or something. This is some kind of lifestyle, because we solve a lot of we solve a really demand in the construction. We build it fast, clean. So you imagine when you live near the construction site. So it's a disaster. With the modules, it's not exist. So it's nice. So it's very, very fast. You even did not recognize that someone built building near you by. So we can extend the building very fast, very nice. So I believe really this is a good development of the construction in the world right now.
Yeah, I agree as well. And I think, cutting down on the carbon footprint, cutting down on waste, being more efficient with our product, not putting waste in our landfills, all of this, especially when you get to large projects, you work with Clarion Hotel, this all matters to them in a big way now, not only financially, but politically. And I think that's a very important, takeaway on this, because and this goes back to just the modular side. If you don't have very many dumpsters, that's a whole nother cost of not having to get rid of your waste. And this is where figuring all these little pieces that add up to a big bundle, and then you add 30% savings to it, it doesn't make any sense to build it the other ways to me. It's just the whole idea of site building, unless it's a really unique thing, does not make sense to me. So I love it. All right, let's give a few shout outs here to some people that tuning in. So Ken Semler, there's some banter on this, but I want your opinion on it as well. He says, I always wondered about the shipping by ship versus by truck. How do the costs compare? Is it more money or less money to use a ship than it is to truck a project like this?
Can I answer? So actually, this is the part of the design, because when we start the project, we do the survey for the shipment. So we advise to the client the best solution. So it's not the same from project to project. So for example, for one project, it will be efficient to ship with a small truck or with a big truck, or it should be shipped by the ferry. So we provide to the clients the best advice how to do this better and more efficient. So it depends from project to project.
Great. All right, appreciate the question, Ken. And just a quick plug, everybody knows, hey, we're headed to Switzerland January 15th. So we're coming across the sea to do our live show in Europe, in Switzerland. We're doing a tour. So make sure you check us out there. You both will be very happy because the show will probably not happen at 1 p.m. United States time. We're going to do our show probably sometime around that same time on your time zone. So it'll be fun because we have such a big international following on this show. It'll be fun to actually give them a little bit of good timing. Henry, I know you'll be happy. Andrew, I know you'll be happy tuning in here. So you got Aviv here. He's giving great shout outs. He said good vibes. He's saying thank you to Henry. Henry is always tuning into the show, so I like to say thank you to everybody that always supports us. Andrew Wilkinson says on-site welding carries flammable risks. So by using fixings helps reduce risk along with speed as well. Completely agree. And then there's a bunch of back and forth happening in regards to the shipping and everything else. So we got about 30 seconds. How would you like to wrap up this conversation? What did we not talk about that you would say, hey, Dave, I'm mad we didn't get to that. What would you like to share with us before we wrap up the show? Martis or Natalia, please go ahead. The floor is yours.
First of all, thank you, Dave, for this opportunity. So it's really a lot of fun, as you promised, to speak about the modular. And I think that we discussed a lot of things, but as an enthusiast, we cannot stop to speak about modular. So it's not enough to have one show, and I hope that you will invite us for next, and we will bring for you new projects, interesting, amazing project for sure.
Yeah, well, I would love to see it. And Martis, you're muted there, but I have to tell you, you better turn off your LinkedIn. There might be some companies out there looking to hire you, having a successful project on your first run like that. I don't know, that increases your value. That's awesome. So congratulations, Martis. Is there anything that you would like to leave us with?
Yeah, I think that modular construction is the go-to for the future, and in order to look on all the carbon footprints and everything. So yeah, I think we need to take that into consideration and make it big and make it fast. So, yeah.
Well, and I agree with you. And modular is here to stay now. We're getting to where we need to go. I think with companies such as FortiPro doing what you're doing and showing the developers and the money that are building the big projects, they're leading the way on how we're going to build more sustainable, healthier living, and just better projects all the way across. You know, I think the world's getting populated. We need housing. We need more heads on beds, and you're a part of that process. And I want to thank you on behalf of the Dave Cooper Live Show. And thank you. I mean, all the way from Latvia. Who would have thought? This is awesome. Thank you so much. All right, that's a wrap, everybody. Listen, you will see us on Friday, BS Friday. I will be back in New Jersey. Right now, I am at Impressive Building Systems in Greenwood, South Carolina. So we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon here, and then we're heading up to New Jersey, and then we're going to celebrate the Christmas holiday and New Year's somewhere in the New England area. So if you celebrate Christmas, well, Merry Christmas. If I don't see you, if you celebrate any other holidays, well, just happy holiday to you. Natalia, Markus, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to come back to you both after the outro. And everybody else, we will see you this Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.